Hello crafty friends, welcome to today's background busting video. Today I've got these backgrounds that I made during my 25 ways with watercolour pencils video. So if you want to see how these backgrounds came to life, then check out that video. I've selected some dies to play with and I'm just going to work through these one at a time. I have cut the backgrounds down using this stitched rectangle panel so they'll fit on a 4x6 inch card blank. But if you want to play with any of the ideas today, then you can do that on any kind of card, any size, square, landscape, portrait, what have you. So let's start with this card. I've got a tealy green colour in the background and I'm thinking this rose gold matte card would look really nice against it. So I'm going to cut this die out of this card. To give it some dimension, I'm going to put it on some foam. This is about 1mm thick. So it provides a little bit of lift, but the card should still go through the mail as a regular letter. So that's cut nicely. I'm just going to keep it on this bit of release paper here until I'm ready for it. I'm thinking this label shape may be out of vellum, but I've got a stamp that goes with this. So these label stamps and dies are from Elle's Studio. I've had them for ages and ages and ages. To stamp accurately on my die cut, I've created this jig and I'm going to put my stamp in there and stamp it. Just get a rough impression on my copy paper. And now I can shuffle my jig around so that it fits around my stamp nicely. And I'll put my vellum in there and stamp on it with peacock feathers. I'm not looking for a beautifully crisp impression, a bit of grunge will be fine. Yep, I like that. But this is going to take ages to dry in it. So what I'm going to do is heat emboss it with clear embossing powder. Actually, I've got this WOW embossing powder called Hint of Blue. So I think I'll add that. I'm not sure if it will show up, but we shall see. I've not used it before. This was a Christmas present from my husband. Got a big splodgy fingerprint there, which I don't particularly want. So I'll just brush off as much as I can. Now I'll heat it with my heat tool. So I don't know if you can see the shimmer and shine on there and the slight iridescent blueness of it, but it looks really pretty. So that'll sit very nicely on there. I'm thinking I want to do something to this background. It just needs a little something extra, and what better to add than splatters, I think. So let's go with some teal. Maybe mix it with a little bit of that. I think those two colours will work really well together. It's a little bit darker, so it's providing some nice contrast. I'll give that a dry because I'm going to add some rose gold on top. So that's mostly dry. I'll just pick up some rose gold. So put some double-sided tape on the back of this and I'm going to put it on my card blank. And now for my label. I'm going to put that through my Xyron sticker maker, make sure I get it the right way up, which I haven't. There we go. And this will put sticky all over the back. And I've got my grid here just to help me find the intersection of the thirds there, because that's where I want to put my focal point. So just rest that there and use my T-square ruler to try and get that on straight. And now I can put my branchy thing on top. I will add a sentiment to this, but I'm going to do that after I've done the other two cards because I want to let it percolate a bit. I have got some little rose gold foil dots that I cut for the last video I made in this little series, and I'm going to add those around and about amongst all the other splatters. But this will just add a little bit of extra dimension because it's raised slightly off of the background, whereas the splatters are obviously completely flush with the background. So yeah, happy with that. All it needs is a sentiment. So onto this one now. I've die cut some tickets out of white card, the same card that I cut the background from. And I'm thinking something like that with a sentiment here. I don't think it needs any other kind of icon or focal point put on because the branch is that really. But a little bit of spatter and maybe some copper. Again, this is a nice sort of complement to the greens that are already on there. I've decided to add some colour to my tickets and I'm just going to gently brush on some of that copper, quite dilute so it's not too strong, at least not on that one. This is mixed media paper, so it can handle getting wet. And the same on this one, but maybe a bit stronger. I'll give those a dry. Right, maybe that there, and then let's take that on top like that. And again, I think we'll aim for about 1/3 of the way in from the left and 1/3 of the way up from the bottom. I'll just pop this on here so you can see how this fits the rule of thirds. This one I'm going to put up on foam tape. And now I can snip those two off. Right, I'm liking the look of that. Again, I'm going to leave the sentiment for a bit. And on to our last card now. I do have a bee die because obviously hexagons and bees go together. And I've got some stitched hexagon dies. So I'm going to arrange those on here somehow. But again, maybe some splattering. And this time a yellow, well, a gold. This is quite a dark gold, but I think it'll work. And that's... And although the honeycomb, the hexagons aren't your traditional honeycomb colour, I'll bring that in with a bit of this gold. And we'll just spatter down the side of the card. And I think those spatters have really brought this particular background to life now, I think. Right, let's put some of this gold on this card. And then I'll cut out some hexagons. So I'm thinking this hexagon on the 3rd, about there. I've put some foam tape on the back, which means I can tuck some of these other hexagons. Not sure, that one might be too big. So I think I'm going to put those 2 hexagons like that, going in a diagonal, but they can go flat. Okay, happy with that. Now my bee is going to go on there. So I'm going to cut this out and see what it looks like because I've not used this die before. Right, so that's my little bee. I'm thinking I'm going to cut another one out and I might do some layering. So this bee has got all its bits in it. I'm going to keep those in place with some double-sided tape on the back. And I'm going to colour his legs with, let's do his legs and his antenna with this metallic black, and the front legs as well, but not the wings. I'll give him a dry. Now we've got our top bee. I'm going to chop his legs off first before I do anything else. And to make those cut edges look a bit smoother, I'll just go around them with my embossing tool. Now I'm going to carefully, avoiding the wings, paint his body. I've got a bit of PVA on my glue dotter here, and I'll put that on the back of this layer and layer that on top of my bee. And now I'm going to cut just the body of the bee from this scrap here. I'll add a little bit of glue into these little holes and give him his little fluffy golden stripes. And then we have a little bee. I've got a little bit of black on his wing, but I can wipe that off with a damp baby wipe. I want a small, tiny little small brush because I just feel that these would benefit from a bit more opacity. Right, our bee is ready to go on our card. Take the sticky off there, but I'm also going to add a little bit of glue as well, just for some extra security. And he can sit on there like that, or she might be a queen bee, rather like that. So I've had a little think about sentiments, and I've got a few. They're all gratitude sentiments, and they're from the Clearly Besotted miniature type stamp set. For my bee one, I'm going to put it up the top, because that's the direction the bee's flying. And I'm going to go for peacock feathers because it ties in with the colours in the background. There we go, with gratitude. For this card, I've got a sincerest thanks. Now I've cut this in half for use separately, but I'm going to put it back together again and stamp it on a bit of card, and I'll cut that out in a bit. And I'm going to do peacock feathers again because I use peacock feathers for that label. And for this card, I've got a rather long thank you very much. I'm going to stamp it, I think in pine needles, because I think it goes with the green. I can't quite remember what colours I use for the background, but I think pine needles will work. This thank you very much I'm going to die cut out with this long stitched banner, and this sincerest thanks I'm going to cut out with a stitched rectangle. So sincerest thanks there maybe, and thank you very much there. Yep, happy with those. So I'm sticking this down with double-sided tape. It's well supported on this rose gold leaf, so I think that'll be fine. And for this long one, I've got a bit of this ticket that I cut off, and it's got foam on the back, so it should be exactly, whoops, come back you, exactly the right height to sit on the end of that. And I'm going to have that little end of the tail maybe just peeking over the edge of the card a bit. Shouldn't stop it going in an envelope, but it'll just make it a little bit extra interesting, and it will stop this bit sticking out too far. I'm thinking I might snip that off. Yes, prefer that actually. Yeah, I prefer that. I think it needed to be flush there. Right, there you go. 3 cards made from backgrounds I created in my watercolour pencil video. I do hope you like the cards and that the video has given you some ideas of things you can do with your own backgrounds, dies and stamps, etc. If it has, please do let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe and ring that notification bell, and I'll see you back here very soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.